Hi guys, Jamie O'Cage here and welcome back again, new upload again. And this, as you can see by the title, this is gonna be my opinion on the whole Jurgen Klopp situation. I know I'm a bit late, but I just wanted to put my opinion out there. I think starting from it, when I first heard the news, I was so shocked. I was in work, pulled out my phone, and then just seen it, and nothing can really describe how it really felt. Like, I know that sounds very dramatic, but for a young Liverpool fan like me, I've throughout my teens and now 20s, we've only really been good, like, since Jurgen Klopp came in my lifetime. Yeah, we've won the Carabao Cup, well, as what was called there, back then the Carling Cup in 2012. But win every single trophy that was at his disposal was absolutely insane. I know people are going to say, yeah, but we didn't win the Champions League in 2018. We didn't win the Europa League in 2016. We lost out on 2 Premier Leagues. But yes, we could have won more. But when you think of the extent that they were at, nobody seems to think that in 2016 he inherited a very terrible Liverpool team and brought them to a European Cup final, which we were kind of robbed in. As I still remember that match so clearly. Dominated first half, second half came out. Yes, we were a bit poorer, and that was our downfall, but there was, if I remember correctly, 3 handballs that should have been given for a Liverpool penalty or Liverpool free kick, which were never given. But as I've heard so many stories about what the players done after that game, I think us losing that brought more mentality to win something else. Like, as you can see, 2017 we pushed straight for top 4. Yes, we just about got it, same the year after, but we pushed for it and looked way better than we were. And ever since, apart from last season, we've been pretty much like one of the top 2 to 3 teams every season, competing for the league with Man City, a juiced up Man City team who are under investigation of cheating pretty much. So Klopp has had to deal with that, and then also getting 3 90 plus tallies in his career at Liverpool, which any other season would have comfortably won the league, as the highest points tally before the Centurion season with Man City was Chelsea in 2005, which was 95 points. It took from 2005 to 2018 to get that, and in 2019 Klopp got 97, missed by a point. Then we got 99 the year after and won the league. And then the year after that, yes, we done poorly again, but we still got top 4, which was like not our main focus, but it was a big focus to stay in and around that area. And then the year after that, we got 92 points again, missed out on the league by a point again. And bear in mind, that year we nearly went for the quadruple. So if you take all this into consideration, of course Klopp is tired. I know there's so many memes saying that, imagine stepping down because you're tired and stuff. The guy has entered management since, I think I say he entered management in 2000. That's 24 years non-stop of doing the same thing, because he's never missed, I think in total he's missed 15 games in the 24 years, which was the break he had when he stepped down from Dortmund to when he joined Liverpool, which was only like 3 months or something like that when he was vacant. And bear in mind, a lot of that would have been the summer transfer window, so it would have been off season anyway, because we got him in October 2015, and if I remember correctly, he finished the season with Dortmund, so I don't think he even missed a game then. But yeah, overall, very good at he's leaving, but I'm happy the way he done it. So I think the worst thing that could have happened was he kept it quiet and then says it at the end of the season, which would have been great, because then would have been a rush to get another manager in. When now he'd done it when we were top of the league, still competing for all 4 competitions, and he's basically, yes, it's probably going to hit mentally in the dressing room. I know they all probably knew before, because I'm sure he would have told the players before he made it public. Don't know how long, but I'm sure he told them previously, because he said in his interview that he spoke with the board and his decision was made in November, and he announced it in January. So that's 2 months where he knew he was leaving. So surely he's told the players at some point, but very well done to the way he done it, because there was no leaks, no nothing. Even Fabrizio Romano didn't even have any leaks on it, and he has like sources everywhere. So it was very well kept, and in my opinion, this can do 2 things. One, it can push them to try win everything that's possible, which I hope we'll try to do. But my prediction from earlier on in the year would have been, after last season, would have been just get back into top 4. I would have taken top 4 this year over anything. But right now we're in the Carabao Cup final. We're top of the league. I know Man City has a game in hand, but we're top of the league. We're into the round of 16 Europa League, and we're in the 4th round of the FA Cup. No, 5th round of the FA Cup. So we're still in everything, and it's February. I know right now, so far this league has been the most competitive, I think, over the last few years. Like by this time, the last 4 or 5 years, we knew who was going to win the league, or who at least top 4 would be. But right now, both ends of the table, relegation and top 4, we're still we know Liverpool, City, Arsenal are going to probably take the top 3 spots, but we don't know who's going to be 4th, or we don't know who's going to be relegated yet. I still think it's going to be between Everton, Bournemouth, Sheffield and Burnley. I think it's gone between those 4. I haven't looked at the table in the last few days, so I can't remember who's just in and around. But I know Sheffield, Burnley and Everton, I'm pretty sure, are bottom 3 right now. But I think those 3 will probably go down. It could be Forest, Nottingham Forest. It could any, I think, from 14th to 20th can pretty much go down. But back on to Klopp, I can never thank that man as much as I can. Like, growing up as a Liverpool fan, it's always been United 10 times above us, but always having that little belief that we were better. Like, the biggest game of the season was playing at Old Trafford and then possibly winning at Old Trafford. But now I look at the Liverpool United match and I'm just like, we'll win it, or we'll at least get a draw. Like, at the very least get a draw. That, if I would have went back and told myself that year, even only in 2015, I would laugh and go, you're crazy. But I know it's partial to United's downfall, but it just shows how much Klopp has done, and he's delivered what he said in his first interview. He said he will win a title in 4 years, and then bang on 4 years he won a Premier League title. I know title is very broad. He probably just means just a trophy, but even at that, he bet his target. His target was 4 years. We won the Champions League in 2019. That was 3.5 years later. So we won the title in 4 years, and then he won everything in the space of five to 6 years. which is all I could ask for. And he's done exactly what he said. He changed every Liverpool fan from a doubter to a believer. I know last season, I can admit I doubted Liverpool a lot, because I just knew with the form we were in, we were going into a game we weren't comfortable at winning at all. Hence why we came fifth. I know if you were to say it to, say, a Fulham fan, fifth would be absolutely amazing, but we're Liverpool, we should be in the Champions League, so fifth isn't good enough. Thankfully, we've bounced back amazingly this year, but looking back on it, you can kind of tell this was going to happen, because all of our older players left last summer and the summer before. Klopp brought in new ones, fresh for the next manager. And I know people, and me included, would hope that Klopp would have been there to develop them players. But he's done everything that he could do. He's brought in players to make sure that we're not in the shit next year. He's agreed with the owners to go. It wasn't he got sacked. It wasn't that like there was a disagreement or anything. He's tired. Like you can see it in him, even in his post-match interviews. I know it's probably partial with getting older, but he just looks drained, which I hope he doesn't go straight into another management job again. Like after this season, I hope he gets like a year or something break. And please God, don't go to another Prem team. I know he said he won't, but you never know. Football is football. Anything can happen. But yeah, who I think the next manager is going to be, I hope it's Xabi Alonso. If you were to ask me that question 4 years ago, I would have said Steven Gerrard. 100% Steven Gerrard. But now, looking at the way he done with, I know it's kind of the same situation with Bayer Leverkusen being Xabi Alonso's only team he's managed. But when you look at Gerrard, it was the Scottish League. Yes, Celtic won it every single year before. He won it with Rangers. But he then came to Aston Villa and started off well, but didn't last too long, and then just spiraled out of control, and then Unai Emery brought them back, and now he's in Al Ettifaq. So I don't think he's going to leave there anytime soon. It'll be very hard for him to get a European job, because I know there's all the money in Saudi Arabia, but nobody is going to pick a manager that was managing Saudi Arabia. It's not competitive. And then with Xabi Alonso, he's still unbeaten to the time of recording. And I think it's like 38 matches or something like that. He's unbeaten in all competitions. And he's up against a Bayern Munich team that's won it since 2012, which is also the last manager to beat Bayern Munich to the title was Jurgen Klopp with Dortmund, which is another reason why I think Klopp, even though he hasn't achieved much at Liverpool, like as much as people would want, there's no doubt that he is one of the best managers in the world, because in both Premier League and Bundesliga, he's the last manager in both leagues to beat Pep Guardiola to the league, because at the time Pep was manager of Bayern Munich and Klopp won it in 2013, and then ever since Klopp left in 2015, Bayern Munich's won it since 2014 all the way up to now. And it would have been the same with the Premier League. With Pep come to the Premier League, City won it in his second year, because Chelsea won it in 2017. City won it in his second year, and then 3 years later Liverpool won it, and then the next 3 years, nearly could be 4 this year, if it wasn't for Liverpool that once he would have won it 6 years in a row and going on 7. And the Premier League is meant to be the best league in the world, and where there's one team dominating it. So people need to put respect on Klopp's name. But overall, I hope it's Xabi Alonso. I think he's the only one that kind of fits. Be very weird to see, but I'm very excited to see it. And yeah, that's been my opinion on the whole situation. I wish Klopp the best with everything. I've been Jamie LKHD. Goodbye and peace.
Let me tell you something about my team. Liverpool were the best in the scene. If you don't know, we're trying to fight for the league. We're against Man City, so coming first is the dream. In the Prem, our defence is the best. 75 M's, man had to invest. Now Van